Next weekend, it is We Love 45s Rotterdam, our first event in the city. It came about from DJ Okkie playing at our 2 Amsterdam events and saying, we should do something like this in Rotterdam, which is exactly what happened in Amsterdam, because Mark Jacobs had come to Hamburg and said, we should do this in Amsterdam. And here we are. But it's happening next weekend. It's Friday, Saturday into Sunday morning, 3 venues, 20 DJs, all 45s. We Love 45s Rotterdam. DJ Okkie 5.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe it's sort of come up already.
I got the same thing as you. The time goes fast lately. So suddenly there's the event.
Stick around for the next sort of 30 minutes, 45 minutes. We're going to be talking about the amazing We Love 45s Rotterdam event happening next weekend. My special guest today is DJ Okkie, the main collaborator and the person who's done all the hard work. I've been doing the artwork. We've been talking about that. He's gone and got the venues and got some DJs involved. It's your first time on my show, and I always ask my guests about their musical influences. So for you, who was it from a young age who first got you into music, and what sort of music was it?
That's kind of easy. It was my parents. My real name is Oscar, named after Oscar Pettiford, Oscar Peterson, the Bob guys in the jazz. So my father was really into jazz. That's where my name comes from. I grew up with jazz, black music in general. My father had James Brown at home. He nicked the record for my older sister, Bob Marley records. That's how it started, basically, yes.
Already from a young age, you're listening to Bob Marley, who is like a legend. People still listen to it every single day now.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? So you see, it is really timeless. It is.
Your parents first got you into music. When did it come a point where you started perhaps collecting or buying your own records? We can see you've got a lot behind you, but when did you start buying them?
Yeah, it's funny, right? When you have a young age, in my generation, I'm 58 next week. So at the event, I will be having my birthday. It was kind of awkward to like the music from your parents, right? So when my neighborhood guys listened to rock music, and my older sister was listening to new wave already, started B-52s, the Police, stuff like that. And whenever I found out I like music more than football, I was in the two-tone craze, the British ska music.
Yeah. Two-tone. It was huge here. So you got into it over there because you weren't into football, which is great because, I think music is much better than football. I don't think we've got many football fans in the chat, but maybe. So you started collecting your own music, and that was sort of two-tone. How did that then progress to perhaps sort of moving into sort of DJing? When did that start?
I don't know specifically how I did it with the music. I just like music in general. I always did. Used to be kind of funny for people that I loved the punk music and I loved the blues and the disco. But I always collected the music I liked that day. I did it from a young age. And I have something over me which is kind of awkward to my kids. My children have grown up now, but I was always walking with my telephone with the latest music. People have to hear the music I like. I put on the windows open in my car when I'm in the sports school in the gym. I just put on the music, and for a lot of people it's kind of awkward, but it happened like that. In the old days, nobody wanted to play music. I was still playing football, and nobody wanted to play music at a party. So I ended up in that corner. And that might be how it progressed.
And so from that sort of first DJing experience, essentially, were you playing records at that time? Were you playing vinyl? Or were you playing CDs? What were you doing?
I started vinyl, yes.
An obsession that is obviously still stuck with you because, again, as we can see, lots of 45s behind you. In terms of 45s then, obviously we're putting on an event together. You came and played in Amsterdam. Let's talk about that first. So what was that like? You played in Killer Cuts and also Café de Ouwehoer. So what was it like playing 45s in those venues?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. So I have the records, obviously. I collect the originals and the versions and the samples. And I wanted to do something with it. When Corona came, I was 50 years of age, and then I've been professional DJ for over 18 years. I started in 93 out of the door, so right at concerts. And from 2000 on till 2018, I was a pro playing 3 nights a week, playing diverse music. And I got bored with it because I ended up in the corner with the music you play for businesses, for companies, right? You make a lot of money with that, but it's so overwhelmingly boring. It's underwhelming, as my daughter is the new word, underwhelming. And then I started over again. So, and my records I already had, right? And then I found a way, like, I have to adjust myself because I was making money as a DJ. I still do, but when I was 50, I started working at a school as a radio and podcast instructor. So I still do that. And then I found out I was not really dependent on those gigs I used to have. And then I invented myself so over again.
And so those venues, obviously in Amsterdam, are quite iconic venues, aren't they? Killer Cuts is a great, well-known record shop, and obviously Café de Ouwehoer was a brilliant hip-hop legendary sort of venue. So we had a lot of fun at both of those venues at both occasions, didn't we?
Yeah. And then I found out about your business, right, with the Reload 45s and everything connected to that. Went to Amsterdam and it was a crazy good time. Everybody's playing half an hour. You go like half an hour. What can you do in half an hour? So I played 29 7 inches at Killer Cuts. I have 31 in the evening at the Duivel. I just played the samples within putting stickers on Wasco on the 7 inches just to play that part of the record, right? And I found out there are a lot of more people crazy like me. So that's
Well, we are all crazy in our own way, but like you said, it's great. You have 30 minutes. What can you do with it? You took it to the extreme of, right, I'm going to try and get as many records as I can within this time, and it's a lot of fun. And you said to me, I think, this would be something great that we could do in Rotterdam. So why did you think the concept would work, and why did you want to do it in Rotterdam?
after the second time in Amsterdam, and I went to Hengelo as well, to Harry. I thought we could use it in Rotterdam. So I really wanted to do something back like that. And on the other hand, we have to stir things up in Rotterdam because it's a kind of boring city. It might not be to the real youth, right? Or when you're 20, you find your place, but for us people, it's a bit boring. So yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
And again, that's the thing, you've told us how old you are. People know that I'm just turned 50 as well. There's still a desire for us to play out, to play to people, and also to have the space to be able to play the music that we do. And obviously, yeah, we're not competing with the DJs that are 20 years old or anything like that. We're creating a whole different space and somewhere that perhaps the slightly older generation can go and relax and listen to good music.
Yeah, and even online. You don't even have to go to the venue for that. So that's like a service, and I still wonder how you do it. It's great because I see what you do, and you now reinvented your website and you're doing stuff. And the next weekend, the Reload 45s there's an event in Mexico, even, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. When I first started 45 Day, the idea was for people to put on 45s events in cities around the world. Obviously, COVID then hit, and I ended up taking it online and doing mixes. But it's sort of now my original idea is happening. So, for example, Rodriga and me had been talking, and I was like, maybe you should do a 45s thing in your home city. And she was like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then we talked about it. And eventually she found a venue. I said, okay, why don't you try and see if you can get a pop-up, a bar or something, or a brewery, see if you can get like a food, get some dancers, all things that we've done in different places, like in Panama with the break dancers and street art and things at different places. But it's great to see people doing it, and at the same time. So first time in Rotterdam next weekend, and then first time in Mexico as well. It's incredible the connections that we've managed to sort of pull together. Let's get it back to Rotterdam, which is going to be cool. So here is the main flyer. We've gone with the green and white of the flag for Rotterdam. So it's across 3 days. We start Friday night. We go into sort of Sunday morning till 4 a.m. So it's going to be a long weekend, but it's going to be fun. We've got together 20 international 45 DJs, and we'll go through all those individually in a moment. The first venue, you can say it because you'll say it better. Where is the first venue?
It's just in Dutch you say the Café de Ouwehoer, and it's the old hooker. It used to be like the red light area in Rotterdam. It used to be a real rough place. If you had no business, you didn't come there. But those days are gone. But the guy, the owner, Wieland, he opened a cafe, And if you go there, you immediately know what I'm talking about. It's like an old-fashioned pub. He's got 100 different brands of whiskey, and you go there. There's a painting of a naked woman, and it's a crazy spot. It's just like he comes from the music business. He just opened a cafe, and now he got rid of all the restaurants and all the other horeca. How do you say that in English? All the other stuff, and he just kept a cafe. So he don't even have to do it, but it's a crazy spot, and it's a music lover spot. So, and it's overcrowded, Crystal. So 2 weeks ago on a Saturday night, I wanted to go there at 10 after dinner with my wife and a few friends, and we ended up outside because so many people. So as DJ, you have a good spot because you have your own place, right? And that's a crazy spot.
And is it a spot? It's a cafe, so is it somewhere where people just go to listen to music, or do people get involved and dance? Because I think we're going till 2 a.m. It's 8 p.m. till 2 a.m.
8 to 2, yes. If there's enough room, people will dance, and people come there to talk. And it's a famous pub. The funny thing is, there was a politician in Rotterdam who ended up being a prime minister, being a minister, and he takes his interviews always over there. That's really strange because politics, and if you go into the pub, you know what I'm talking about. But I was at the dentist this week, and there was a young woman working, and I said, I have an event, and I was enthusiastic, and I said, cafe, the other place, Zondebok, never heard of. The record store, it's a world famous record store, never heard of. I said, Café de Ouwehoer, oh, Ouwehoer. So it's in the media, yeah. So if you go there, we'll be known.
I'm looking forward to it. And that's going to be a great way to start, because I land and then we're hopefully going to meet up. You're going to show me a little bit of the city, which will be fun. And then we're going to go there and start the first event. And some of the DJs, not all of the DJs, are going to be playing cover versions, because we're going to do Got It Covered live effectively for the first time, just as we've done 45 Funksters, and just as we've done Coffee and Donuts live in venues. We're going to do that's live, because you're a big fan of cover versions. I know you've been on the show. And we've also got Harry, who Barcade Hengelos, Johnny Patat, whatever name he's using this week. He also loves covers. So I was like, let's do it. Let's play as many covers as we can. And it's going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, love those cover versions. We got 5 out of 12 DJs at least playing only covers. And the other people, I think when you play good music. Might be some people play covers or originals. They don't even know. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so then we move, as you've said, to the world famous Demonfuzz Records. And this is going to be on Saturday between 1 and 5 p.m. I need to update this flyer, but it's between 1 and 5 p.m. And that is going to be part of 4 hours of Coffee and Donuts. So we're doing Coffee and Donuts live, as we've done in Killer Cuts record shop on 2 occasions now. So it's great to be able to take the show and do it live. So tell us about Demonfuzz Records.
Demonfuzz Records started out as 2 guys totally into music, right? Totally into breaks and dance music and hip hop. Git Hyper and Mike both came from the music. Git Hyper is still a DJ. He was originally supposed to play Saturday as well, but he's playing with a world famous guy in the Dutch, Duvel. So he couldn't make it at last second. This record store grew. It was crazy. I've been to the first version, which was another address, and it was small, and they were selling their own records because they had so many records. That's how it starts for people, right? A few years. You have they closed the record store, and the world famous hip hop guys from America come on the day off in Germany on tour. They come to the Demonfuzz, the store closes, and they just buy half the store. So no, one occasion I came in. I'm into 7 inches. I'm into originals and stuff, and so I came into the store. I see 7 inches lying there, and I go like, Michael, that's crazy. I want to buy him. He said, "You cannot buy him. The guy next to you is buying him." I said, how come he's buying it and I cannot? Yeah, because he is Jesse Jeff. I go like, hi. I was like turning red, and these kind of things happen over there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone I've mentioned it to has heard of the record shop. They know of the record shop. They would like to go to the record shop. And I think especially we've got a very good lineup for the shop, because not only is yourself, me, we've got Michael from the store playing, we've got Harry as well, then we've got DJ Irie, DJ Friss, and DJ Suicide. I think I've forgotten someone. Who have I forgotten? Have I forgotten someone?
Ronnie, yes.
Ronnie, of course. How can we forget Ronnie? Ronnie, who came with you together to Amsterdam to play again at both Killer Cuts and Café de Ouwehoer. It's going to be, it's going to be great. So we've got a really broad range of people playing, which is great. So the music's going to be very varied, but then we've also got the amazing technical skills of Ronnie, of Friss, of Irie, of Suicide. It's going to be a really great show. A really great show. We've got Barcade in the chat, Harry, saying, lucky I'm sick now, so should be better next week. Yes, get better for next week, Harry. We want to see you.
Yeah, sure. Amazing guy. He is young. He's a youngster, right? Carrying the flag.
Yeah, it's been great since we met. You know, he was like, oh, I really like 45 day of events, and then he went off and organized some events for 45 day last year, and this year he's again trying to get some more record shops. But obviously we did it for the 3-day We Love Halloween 45s in the Netherlands, which was a lot of fun. Right, let's go to our last venue, so the Zondebok and the Zwarte Schaap, which means the scapegoat and the black sheep, but I probably said it wrong.
Yeah, no, we're talking Dutch, right? We say Schaap, Zondebok and Zwarte Schaap, yes.
So tell us about this venue. So this is a late night venue. We're doing 10 p.m. till 4 a.m. Again, we've got 12 DJs, 30-minute sets. Tell us about this venue.
Yeah, also a known venue in Rotterdam, Music Cafe. They like any kind of music, dance music. I played a lot over there, and I knew these guys behind the bar. They're into rock music, some are into metal. I was allowed to do anything I like. Playing over there, you have to play from 12 till 5, right? It's a crazy amount of hours at a crazy time. In a club, it's different. I don't know why. In a cafe, it's kind of exhausting. And then I made it funny for myself because it's a cafe. It's a big cafe. If you have the space, I still have some videos on my computer where everybody's dancing in the club, and they go along from playing city disco to drum and bass, real rough stuff, and then going into death metal. And for one song, and people just go like, yeah, okay, and then you have to return, you have to land them, go back to hip hop. Everything is possible over there, and the people are open-minded. It's a crazy place in the busiest going out street in Rotterdam. Lots of expats, tourists, even this time of the year, and a steady crew of people going there.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I like that it can just go from one extreme to the other, because again, we've got so many DJs, everyone's going to bring something different, and then within their sets, they're going to bring something different, because people don't tend to stick to one genre, which is what I love when we do our events. So it's going to be a really interesting night of music, and a late night event. We've done those again in Amsterdam, we've done those again in Hamburg, we've done them in Hengelo, so it's going to be cool. Right, let's talk about some of the DJs, because we've got 20 DJs. So first one, Denit, again, someone I met in Hengelo. I think he played at all 3 venues, I think, in Hengelo. Yeah, he did. He played LP's Van Keys. He played at Sound Unbound in a brilliant fancy dress, cannabis suit, which was funny. And then he played again in the club. So, so again, is he someone you met in Hengelo?
Yeah, I met him through Harry in Hengelo, and he is a funny guy which is totally into music, and I admire that in people. Yeah. A lot of stuff I don't know, so which is good. So yeah, amazing guy.
A lot of cool stuff, right? DJ Irie, so a legend, absolute legend. DJ Irie, I've known for a little while through 45 Day, and when it came to organizing the Amsterdam event, he was the one who put me in touch with Dimmy, so we got Café de Ouwehoer, and he came and played at Killer Cuts and played a brilliant set. There's a hilarious point where he's scratching, and I think the the crossfader thing flies off, and he's just like, oh, okay, we'll just carry on. And then he came and played in Hamburg as well. He played on the boat party, a brilliant event. But yeah, what do you have to say about DJ Irie? Just an amazing turntablist.
Amazing. If you see him now, he's also into doing the videos, jockey stuff. I guess with Serato, and I bought some 7 inches before I even knew him. So he's making his own bootlegs and releasing them as well. And if you see him on Insta or TikTok with those sample posts together with Frisch, totally off the hook.
Yeah, I think they've got a new 45 about to go to press, or I don't know if it's quite going to be there in time. I'm hoping it's going to be there for next weekend, but who knows? Who knows? DJ Dab, he's someone you brought into the event, so tell us about him.
Yeah, when we talked about organizing the event, I had some people in mind, right? And Dab is one of those people. He was playing in the 80s. It comes from Utrecht, played in Amsterdam all of the time. Played all the big festivals as well. It's totally into reggae, but when you go to a real old 50s rockabilly gig in Paradiso Amsterdam, Dab's behind the wheels playing the original 45s and the vinyl, and he's one of those guys. Yeah, when you meet him, I think within 1 minute you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, again, this is why I love doing these events, because obviously I've met a lot of people online from very different cities and very different countries, but then we go to a city and there'll be the people who I already know through Twitch or through Instagram or wherever it is, but there's always new DJs that I've never come across, and everyone is really cool. That's the thing I'm really noticing. Everyone is into a shared passion for 45s. Everyone's into good connection. Everyone's there for the community, for the digging, the record nerdery, and that's why we all get on, I think.
Yeah, that's. I think you hit the nail. How do you say it?
Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We come from a generation, I'm a bit older than you, where the DJ was not a superhero status, right? Come back to that. Some people, when I was starting as DJ, when the night ended, you were sweeping the floor, right?
Yeah.
I knew people were cleaning the toilets when they were ready, or helping out with like that. And that's the spirit you find back on the Wheel of 45s. And not only because of age, right? But we're more used to that. And there are a lot of people which people never heard of. Used to go to a place in Rotterdam in the 80s, and I said to a friend of mine, DJ friend, Dadi, I said, who was DJing there? I was there. It was crazy music. I even gave you a 7-inch of Pili Pili when I was a present, right?
Yeah.
And one of the DJ, his name was Peter. I said, what was his second name? I don't know. So that's right. Used to have just people playing amazing music and good DJs. And that's my relation back to Wheel of 45. There are endless amount of good people around.
DJ Fresh Fruit, he's someone that I connected with on Twitch and is now a monthly resident on Coffee and Donuts, haven't been a guest. And me and him were looking at organizing some events and venues in Amsterdam, but he's come along to the Amsterdam event. He came along to Dusseldorf as well for Sideshow Mall's birthday. And now he's coming to Rotterdam. So it's going to be great. A lot of great music, lots of funk, a little bit of Latin, some hip hop, some reggae. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he comes up with, because he's opening Friday night. So he's going to be the first DJ as part of our event. So it's going to be an interesting set. And I think you met him as well. I think, did you meet him in Amsterdam?
Yeah, briefly, because the event is like in Rotterdam is the same as the other events. You play a half an hour. You cannot meet everybody. You come in at a moment when somebody's there and somebody's just left. Yeah, I know his reputation. Let's say mostly his reputation, playing good music. Yeah.
DJ Frisch, we talked a little bit earlier about DJ Frisch. He came and played in Hamburg on the boat party and also in Comet. And he's one half of It Takes Two with DJ Irie. And again, an incredible, amazing DJ, also a brilliant producer. We did a listening party for his album that came out earlier this year. Sorry, end of last year. But
Yeah.
yeah, I keep forgetting we're in 26. But yeah, he's a great guy. I'm so pleased that we've got him back on the event, and I'm looking forward to what he's going to do at Demonfuzz. And again, he was very keen to play at Demonfuzz, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, we had to disappoint people this time, huh? Right? So many people wanted to play Demonfuzz. It was not impossible. Yeah.
I know, but it's good. It's become a little bit more of a show, which is good. But it's not the downside, but it's one of the things that is happening, because obviously the more events I do, the more events grow, the more people want to be part of it, and it then becomes a problem, because when you've got 20, 25 DJs, it's great to be able to say, yeah, you can play, but sometimes I only get like 20 minutes here or 20 minutes there. So we had this in Düsseldorf, we did 7 Deadly 7. So we made it a concept. It's fun, but people still want to be part of it. People want to be part of something bigger. So they're happy to sort of come along and play. Our next DJ, this guy. Who's this guy?
Yeah, it's a mistake to put him in the lineup, but yeah, we couldn't get rid of him, right?
But yeah, that photo is great. And again, we connected through, I think, I'm trying to think if it was Twitch first and then Amsterdam, or maybe we met in Amsterdam and then you got onto Twitch. When did you start Twitch?
I think I've met you in Amsterdam, right? So on Twitch, I just picked it up again. Didn't do really much on Twitch. In the COVID time, I did it for alternative music venue called Baruch in Rotterdam. Okay. And I was doing Twitch there because you get thrown off of YouTube in those days. And I was doing for the label Prospect, it's hard drum and bass and hardcore electronic. I was doing the live streams on YouTube. So I was used of doing that. But I met you first in Amsterdam. Yeah, through it. I'm in some groups on WhatsApp, and then somebody pointed out you. Yeah.
So next DJ Oscar. This is a DJ that you've organized. So tell us a little bit about DJ Oscar.
He's a funny guy, right? So even when I asked him to send a picture of him DJing, he sent over a picture because it was too late in a kind of panic. I said, it's a holiday picture, Oscar. He's a young guy. He's the same age as my oldest kid, as my oldest son. Right, and he plays 7 inches. He's into that totally. He's selling it. He has got the Dizzy Donuts website, and he is just a guy into music and another generation. And but he's got an old soul. Yeah.
So you said he's a friend of your son's, or he's the same age as your son?
No, he's the same age. He's not a friend. He met my daughter, and but he's just like from another world. He walks around and. I go like, send you a picture, and then he's late, and then but in the end everything fits with him. So, and he plays amazing music, right? And he does the tricks, the back spinning and stuff like that. So yeah, nice guy.
That's really cool. And I think the other thing that's important about these events is that we've explained how old we are, but again, it's sort of going through the generations, because there's people in their 50s, there's going to be people in their 40s, some people in their 30s, and some people in their 20s. Other events, for example, I'm just posting at the moment the London events that we did in September. We had Bex, who is the daughter of DJ DSK, and she's like 16. And so it's great to be able to have DJs across the generations and also across the genders. We've tried, we've only managed to get one woman DJ on this event, but at least we are able to have one. I think we wanted to get DJ Minka, who played in Hengelo, but unfortunately she's busy. But it's always important that we have people of different generations and also different genders. So that is great to have. DJ Suicide, he played at Café de Ouwehoer in Amsterdam, and it was a brilliant set. So tell us about him.
Yeah, Suicide, came to know him in Amsterdam, and then I found out he's a legend. Tour DJ of Wu-Tang Clan. Right, in Europe and even back in the States as well, I guess. So one of those things amazing about him. He's a laid back guy, and he's not talking about it himself. And then I found out he was like one of those guys involved in Wu-Tang Clan. He's originally from the south of Netherlands, and there's now coming a documentary about the Wu-Tang Clan, and he's in it. So
amazing.
Came back, yeah. So that's, and I can ask him stuff too, because Gravel Pit, the hit by Wu-Tang Clan, right? There's a song in there. There's like a 50s tune of a French TV show and Belfagor team. And I go like, I found out, and I have the single, the 7-inch, and I go like, "Do you know anything about it?" And he said, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "I know." The RZA told me, and I go like, "How did they connect to a 50s French television show?" He said, "They didn't, because in one of those kung fu films, they also recycled these old European tracks, and so it's from a kung fu movie." You know, like, yeah, an amazing guy, and he spends. The way he talks, he's easy, right? He makes it look easy. You get jealous of those people.
Yeah, really nice guy. I got to meet him. I think I played after him, and yeah, really great, really lovely guy. I'm looking forward to his set. Gareth Thrasher, tell us about him.
That's one of my friends, right? I live long. I have a lot of people I know, but in this business, you only have some friends, right? He's more than 10 years younger than me. We connected through the punk bands we both played in the 90s. Already played in the 80s, but so, and we were in the venues. We came past each other. Sometimes you have a click with persons. He ended up coming into electronic music. Has a label, Prospect. Is worldwide known. You have people walking around with the logo this big on their back, and he's used to be in a plane 70 times a year at least. So we went to the same gym, and we have a meeting on Monday or Tuesday, and we are supposed to be sporting. And he just sends an app. "Oh, I'm stuck in Portugal, or I am somewhere, I don't know." Bottom line is, he's totally music. He's a total music freak.
What sort of music do you think he'll be playing? Do you think it'll be, because obviously we're going to have some funk, we're going to have some covers, some hip hop, some cumbia, some Latin. What would you think he'll be playing?
We talked about it. So that's what the people getting involved in first hand, right? They came through me, and he said, "I'm going to play these old reggae tunes. I'm going to play surf music." So at first he didn't want to put his DJ name behind it, because people get expectations from that, right? And now in the end he said, "Whatever." I didn't pressure him. He said, "Put a Gareth Thrasher over there," and he's releasing vinyl like crazy. Still doing that. And he has got some 7-inches out. Might be he's taking one or two to play, but they're really hard. Yeah. So when you he's not only having these the hardest styles of drum and bass and electronic music, but he is like how do you say it, when you play the latest, the graveyard shift.
Yeah.
So he's one of those few people, I know DJ Akira, and I know him, and they're always graveyard shifting. There's nobody harder than them, but he's not going to do that at the Ouwehoer. He's going to play, might be some punk stuff. He's going to play some jungle, but in between he's going to play reggae and surf music.
Amazing. Yeah. But again, it's the variety, and it's bringing records to entertain us as the other DJs, bringing music to entertain the people who are in the bar, and all being well, and we're able to stream everything to the people watching on Twitch, and then the people later watching on YouTube. So it's amazing to have these unique sets, I think.
And I think that's true. And people are like pro. I played here last night a gig for somebody. He has got a club in Dordrecht near Rotterdam. 1 or 2 times a year, he just invites me over. We have something now, a girl who will be 25 years old. She only listens to emo core, and she's going to invite the family, and they have a surprise because their parents got married after 45 years of friendship. So then you have somebody just playing, just listening to My Chemical Romance and Typo Negative, which I really like. And then their parents got married in the 60s. So you have to play music from the 70s. And when stuff gets difficult, they call me, and I know to get around, right? When you do that, yesterday I could release some crazy music. When I am pro and doing diverse stuff, I get booked for this type of music. Same with Gareth. He's just like happy to play this stuff. He really wants to make a story in 30 minutes of that.
we still have quite a few DJs. You mentioned him earlier, Mike Demonfuzz, one half of Demonfuzz Records. So tell us about him.
Yeah, the guy on the left on the picture, right? He's the guy. Git Hype is on the right, who's the extrovert person, always DJing, being in the mainstream media and stuff like that. And Mike is the guy behind him. He's got breaks and beats on Instagram. He's got a knowledge you go crazy. If you can surprise him with something he does not know already, I just go like, yes, it happened. So and he plays crazy. He takes like a Dutch artist, like you say a folk singer in Dutch, a volkszanger like André Hazes, Jerk guy, and he just take a beat of that and he put it on a 45 and then glues a 7-inch onto a 12-inch so he can backspin really fast and he makes a breakbeat. Crazy. He did. I expect something from him. He does nearly never do anything in the out. So same like the store Demonfuzz, they never do anything. So I went in like armed, like I really want to have them. I really want to play there. And I went in and I said, "Yo guys, I want to organize an event in your space." And they said, "Oh, that sounds good." And I went like, "Wow." They said, I guess they said yes. And then I mentioned Killer Cuts, and then they got like, okay, we do it. Really true. It happened this way.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Again, it's a record shop. I think a lot of people would like to play at, but obviously we just have limited time. But it will be great to fill it with the heads, hopefully. Pum Pum Ed. So he is now pretty much a regular at pretty much all of the We Love 45s events. He's been to Hamburg. He came to Amsterdam. He came to Hengelo. And now he's coming to Rotterdam, and he's also looking to organize his own events, which is great. There's some stuff hopefully coming up later this year, maybe April. I think there's a record sale that's happening during the day where I think the DJs are going to play 45s that the traders are selling, and then they're just looking for a venue after that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Then we have the Rocktail Twins. Well, that is Pum Pum Ed on the right and Tony Punani on the left, and they are playing together a special 1 hour set. So there's Tony Punani, and that's going to be in the club. So that's going to be great, having a back-to-back set of people who play together. We've had this at some of the other venues that we've done events at, and it's great having crews that already play together but coming together for a special 45 set. That is cool. Ronnie Hammond. Obviously, I met him when I met you in Amsterdam. That was through Aurea Bella. She invited him to come and be part of We Love 45s Amsterdam. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about Ronnie.
Yeah, another legend from Rotterdam. This guy breathes music, right? He works at a company that supplies music to the restaurants and the hotels and stuff and the gyms, and he's playing music as long as I know. As I'm playing music, I know him, and he's got like an amount of 7 inches, might be matching to mine, and he's got the stuff, and he puts the place under pressure. You're playing at the Duivel, and it's a bit of a hard place, right? And night pop, and the people come there not just solely for the music because it's in the center of Amsterdam, and he had the people dancing. That's what he does. Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing Ronnie again. So Johnny Patat, aka Harry, aka Barcade Hengelo, he's a big part of the We Love 45s movement, certainly in the Netherlands. He organized the events at 45 Day. He then said to me, "Why don't we do a Halloween event?" And I was like, "Okay, let's do it." And he organized the 2 record shops, LPs Van Keys and Sound Unbound and Innocent nightclub. And we had a brilliant, amazing 45s Halloween event. And he loves his covers. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what ridiculous Dutch and German and whatever else covers he brings to that. I know he said he's bought some more, so I'm looking forward to that.
He's rocking it. Every time I hear him play, he's got those covers. You go like, oh, I wish I had it.
We have the 45 Prince, who came and played, I think, a set of hip hop covers. I think it was when he came to play at Killer Cuts, some Dutch stuff. And he's organized events and DJs and works at a record shop as well. And also he's organising an event in Breda as part of the Hop On, Hop Off festival. And there's going to be a We Love 45 stage on the Sunday, I believe. So yeah, looking forward to catching up with Herman again. Thierry Lafronde, tell us about Thierry.
Yeah, I met him through the Vinylized app from the people, the Vinylized Robin and Dennis, DNS, famous DJs in the Dutch. And Terry, came to know him for doing a live stream somewhere at the Vinyl Farm. A real nice guy, amazing records. One of the guys I thought of, do you have 45s? Yeah. Do you want to play? Yeah. So come over. He's an easy guy and he plays a nice set.
And then finally, I think this is the last one, is obviously myself. So I'm looking forward to playing at these 3 incredible venues. Obviously covers on the Friday night. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing Saturday yet. And maybe some funk, some hip hop, maybe some Latin on Saturday night. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a few more sleeps, but
you have 2 more DJs to go.
DJ Claps, tell us.
That's funny. He's playing all types of music, world music and stuff, and he's really rocking the place. His picture, I don't know why he took this picture to send over to us, because he's like one of the nicest persons you can meet, and he looks like he's a G, right? He's a young guy who did not really got the format. So I asked him, can you play? Oh, I'm happy to. I said, yeah, nobody gets paid. And he goes like, not paid, I'm a pro. I said, most of us are pro, right, Sasha? So, and then he's selling records and he's got the stuff, right? I really wanted him to be there. So there are some people who did not manage to have the time this event. Yeah, he's one of the guys I'm really happy to have. Yeah.
And again, one of the things that has happened in Düsseldorf and may happen after this is, so Rolling Adam helped us find the event Schleicher 2, the bunker. And he said, well, I'd like to do some more We Love 45's Düsseldorf club events, so he's now launched We Love 45's Düsseldorf club sessions. And I think they've got their first event in May, and then there'll be another event. So it's interesting how it goes. And like you say, some people didn't have time to be on this event. Maybe they can be on the next one or whenever that is. But it just starts the ball rolling, and then once people do an event, they can see what it's about. DJ Jezabella Cruella, tell us about her.
It's my sister Edith. This is my older sister. I run after her on the streets when I was 12, and she was running after my cousins. So got me into alternative music, and she has got a varied collection. She collects everything related to Slayer. Really weird. I said, you cannot play 30 minutes of Slayer. But she's really into 50s and 60s gritty R&B records, mainly on 7. So she was practicing over here with my 2 record players, and she was playing music never heard of mostly female singers, and gets the place rocking. Yeah, that's what she's going to do.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's great to have her on board.
That's the only female. That's crazy.
I know.
So I'm disappointed for that, right? So yeah.
Well, at least we have one. There's lots of events that don't have any, but also, we do try. It's not a case of us going, oh, we're just going to have men on the lineup. We try our best, but it's like you say, DJ Minka wasn't available this time. Again, once we do one, maybe other people can see, but yeah. We'll hopefully have more next time.
Yeah. I asked Bianca as well, famous person from Utrecht, playing all those big record markets and stuff like that. And no, did not work. Don't know. Maybe next time. I've been trying some stuff. Minka put on some suggestions as well for other persons, Natalie, and so next time I'm sure. Throughout the year, we have this first event in Rotterdam.
Yeah,
and after this, we have some time to connect to those people. I'm sure next time will be better.
Exactly, because we have to work up to your 60th birthday soon, in a couple of years.
Yeah. So today, my stickers came in, so they're a bit smaller as I first expected, but so we was walking. With my daughter and my wife in the city, And I
Cool.
lost half of my stickers because they were putting it all up on every pole in
Amazing.
the street. Yeah. So if we
Amazing.
got arrested now because my daughter was putting a sticker on a pole next to the CCTV, I go like, no, we get arrested. You cannot do that. Let's go quickly out of here. It's same like you're 16 again.
Exactly. Been amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. So next Friday we start 8 p.m. Dutch time, 7 p.m. UK time. All being well, assuming the Wi-Fi is all good, I'm sure it will be. We'll be streaming it so you can tune in if we remember a couple of little interviews while we're there. But otherwise, we'll do like a part 2 maybe afterwards, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I can't wait.
Me neither. Wow.
It's going to be good. Thank you so much for organizing. Thank you for having the idea to bring it to Rotterdam. It's going to be great. And thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for inviting me.
Cool. Take it easy.